everybody? I am Denisha with her Impression Expression, and today I have Lano The Don. Oh my gosh! Okay, all right, okay, all right.
How you doing?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you first off, I feel good. Because I'm sitting next to this fine man, and you know I'm single, and I'm just playing. But I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm doing very good. I cannot complain at all.
Okay. For the people who do not know you, if you don't mind, I just want you to just give them a brief introduction of who you are and what you do.
I'm a songwriter from Newport News, Virginia. I moved to Atlanta a couple of years ago just to pursue my dream. I didn't have no kids, no girlfriend, no nothing. I was working at Capital One for a while, for like 2 years. And they were getting ready to transition us to a new department that I really wasn't interested in being in. So I prayed about it for a while, and it was either going to be Atlanta or LA. And while I was at work, God just showed me so many signs, and it turned out to be Atlanta. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna just quit my job one day and I'm gonna move to Atlanta and I'm gonna see what happens. I ain't had nothing to lose.
Right.
So songwriter, and I came up here and we just made it work.
Right.
So
man, that's dope. You said a lot within that introduction.
Yeah.
So you're very religious, I can tell.
Definitely. I definitely believe in God wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. So, with you being religious and your music, do you incorporate that? I know a lot of different artists come off with putting God in their song. Like I was even listening to the Migos one day, and I heard them say something about God, and I was extremely shocked because I'm like, you don't hear that in our time right now. All you see is the gangster rap music, the thug rap music. So are you bringing that into your music?
Not specifically talking about him in my music. But he definitely lives through me in my music.
That's right.
So I might not specifically say his name, but I'm giving him praise every day.
Amen.
Every morning I wake up. And he is the reason why I do wake up in the morning. And people know.
Wow. That's beautiful. So corporate. You was a white collar guy, suited and booted with the tie and a nice little squeaky clean, when you walk across the floor, squeak. That was you?
That was me.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, that was me.
How, did you sit in a cubicle?
It wasn't really a cubicle. When I think cubicle, I think of like a boxed off.
Right.
So it really wasn't a cubicle. But I sat in a, we all had spaces, and I was on the phone.
Right.
Taking phone calls, and Capital One is a credit card agency, so I was taking payment phone calls, and that's where it all started. And then I eventually got a promotion, and I started doing some other work, some other different type of work. Well, eventually I got off of the phone. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was a white collar guy for a while. It taught me a lot too.
I was just gonna ask you, despite the corporate, process, waking up in the morning, sitting in traffic, going to an office space, clocking in, clocking out, what was the most valuable thing you could say you learned on a personal level that has helped you still to this day?
Probably when to speak and when not to speak. Being in the corporate, you have a lot of meetings. Okay. I learned how to write professional emails. I learned when to talk and when not to talk. People in the corporate world, I had to find this out the hard way, but people try to throw you under the bus.
Right.
You just gotta know how to move. It's like a game, and you just gotta know how to move. Even though you said something bad about me and try to throw me under the bus, I'ma still big you up.
Right.
I'ma still do the right thing. I gotta learn. I had to learn when to say something and when not to say anything. Learn the proper chain of command. Don't go past my manager if I have a problem. Make sure I tell him first. If he doesn't handle it, then I go to his boss. I learned a whole lot. I'm so thankful for Capital One for teaching me, just giving me the opportunity, because they didn't really teach me. I kind of learned on my own, but just giving me the opportunity to be there, and the people who I met while I was there. I learned a lot from working corporate, for sure.
That's pretty dope. I'm in corporate myself. So not Capital One, but definitely a financial institution. And I can definitely say that's the same for myself. It is a process you go through. Most people don't really and truly like that process, but it does break you in. Like some people, I'm from the west side of Atlanta, and some people when they see me now, they be like, "You got a whole accent," and I'm like, "No, it's just." Your deliverance. I can't come off like, yeah, shawty, what's up? Or, I can't, they'll be sitting there looking at me like.
Right, exactly.
So now it's like I'm bilingual, but not like a whole language, but I'm hood lingual, okay? But that's neither here nor there. We're not going to go too much into my story, but the music, okay? The national anthem, the singing. Okay, so let's do this. And I wanted to do this scenario with you. All because I'm single too. I like to feel special. So when you meet a woman that you're interested in, would you ever just randomly sing to her?
I will. Definitely.
Oh,
I definitely will. And I have done it before.
What would be the song? Is it a different song for a different woman?
No. It's just whatever you feel at the time.
Okay.
Whatever, a song might come on the radio that I know while we're driving in the car going somewhere, and I might sing along, or I get that a lot. Like, people just want me to sing, and I've been doing it for so long. Like, it's not fun for me no more. Like, to just, oh, you sang, you the guy that sang, right? Let me hear something. Like, I don't do that no more.
Right.
But if it's my lady or somebody I'm interested in, I might bust a tune for it every now and then.
Y'all hear that, ladies? You might bust a tongue, So, if you was to meet me and you was to, think I was that special girl, what song comes to mind? That's an on-the-spot question.
It's definitely an on-the-spot question. It would probably sing VIP done got way too crowded. I'm about to end up calling it a night. Okay. You should holler at your girls, tell her you're shaking the scene, and pull up beep beep shotgun in the GT with me. She said, oh, I'm ready to ride. It would go something like that.
Oh, I'm ready to ride. I'll drive if I need to. Hell, I ain't tripping. I ain't mad at it, brother. I like that. You got me hot. I'm over here, my ears hot and everything. Oh my gosh, your voice.
Thank you.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh wow, that you did make me hot though. I don't know, but that, Lano, that was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for making me feel some type of way.
No problem. No problem.
So, with you doing the national anthem, how does that make you feel? Is it like an adrenaline rush? Do you see nothing but flashing lights because it's kind of dark? Give us a little bit of that experience.
Definitely, when I walk on the court, they cut all the lights off, and all you see is cell phones and people taking pictures and stuff. It's definitely it's just a crazy experience. I've performed in front of a lot of people before, and I think the national anthem is probably one of the ones that I get butterflies up until I sing that first note.
Wow.
Right when they send me that email and let me know that I'm singing the national anthem, all the way up until I sing that first note, I got butterflies, and I wouldn't say scared, but I'm nervous the entire time, because I don't know if, I don't want to have a Fergie moment.
I was just about to ask you. Sis got out there. I don't know what Sis was doing, but if y'all was doing a duet, right, and she busted out like that, like what would have been your reaction, Lano? Would you just would have looked at her, or
I don't know what I would have done. I just know I can't. Because that's a part of your image. I can't let that happen. I can't let people. I can't be known as the guy who messed up the national anthem.
Right.
So that's I'm always cognizant of that when I'm doing these type of things. I just got to be aware and practice up until the day of, even up until the next 10 minutes of. I just have to be aware of it because I can't have that rep. I don't want to be that guy.
So let me ask you, this is more with what we have going on in our world today. The national anthem, a lot of people are not standing for it. A lot of people won't even come out the locker rooms for it. So for you to sing it, you know, those words that are in that song, the type of president we have right now, everyday issues, you know, what is your input on that? How do you feel?
I honestly wish that I was talking to someone about this a few months ago. The players in the NBA and the NFL, which has been I only say those two major leagues because those have been the one that's been broadcasted the most recently. I wish that they would. I don't really think that they understand the power that they have. You know, everybody see what happened to Colin Kaepernick and how he lost his job for taking a stand in something that he believed in. Now, imagine this. Take everybody in the NFL, everybody in the NBA, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, all these A-list celebrities. Imagine if everybody took a knee. They're not going to fire everybody.
Right.
But it would put a lot of things into perspective if everybody just came together and just realized how powerful these people are. You're not going to fire LeBron James. He's bringing so much money into that organization. You're not going to fire him. You're not going to fire Stephen Curry. He brings too much money to the organization. These people go to the games to see these players play.
Right.
I don't think they realize how much power that they have, and if they all just had a conversation and came together and decided to say, hey, this next game, you know, we don't like what's going on. We're going to take a knee. We're going to stand for it. We're going to stand with Colin Kaepernick. We're going to stand with the rest of America. And I just wish that they would understand that, because I really feel like that would go down in history if that ever happened.
It definitely would.
And it's not a hard thing, you know. All it takes is a couple. I'm sure all the players communicate anyway. They got all the players have each other's phone numbers. All it takes is a few text messages, the word spread, and at the next few games, everybody start taking a knee. That will go down in history as one of the biggest great things that has ever happened for us. All the players took a knee. I just, you know, as far as my take on it, I just wish they all came together. I just wish they understood the power that they have, because I think that people are, I think they're too scared to lose their jobs.
Right. I think a lot of people are.
They are too scared to lose their job, but they don't understand that they're not going to lose their jobs. You're not going to fire LeBron James.
Yeah.
You're not going to fire Stephen Curry. You're not going to fire none of these A-list celebrities, because they bring so much money into the establishment. They might suspend them for a few games, but, you know, I think that's something that they're going to have to figure out on their own.
Right. I agree. So speaking of basketball, Coach Owens! You know I had to get to it. Coach Owens! Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When you take that cap off and that grill come out and that, you know, Nike button shirt, you know, you button it up and you put your shirt in your pants and put that belt on. Brother, come on. Tell me. You gotta tell me.
What you want to know about it?
Like, how was it with the kids?
It's dope. It's a dope experience. I love kids, first of all. I just feel like I have a way of communicating with them to a level of, you know, that I'm just on their level and they understand me. And I'm firm to where they know what not to do. Right. But I'm also gentle enough to know that they can come to me and talk to me about anything that's going on, whether it be basketball related, whether it be something they got going on at home, personal, whatever. I love it. I mean, I enjoy working with the kids. Mm-hmm. They love me to death. And I just want to teach them. I want them to be better. I want them to be able to shoot better. I want them to be able to dribble better. I want them to, in all aspects, I want to just be able to help the kids. And I mean, I would do it even if I wasn't getting paid for it. I would still do community service and give back to the kids.
Right.
So yeah, it's something I really enjoy. And the crazy part is I got a phone call last week, mm-hmm. and he said that, would you be interested in coaching track in March? And I said, yeah, I'll come back.
So pause 1 second. Were you did you play ball yourself? Did you run track yourself?
I played ball and ran track in high school.
Wow,
yeah.
So this is not just something you teaching. This is something you live.
I wouldn't say live, because I don't do it anymore. I work
Right.
out now, but I don't run track. I mean, I'm not in school anymore, so I don't run track, and I don't play basketball that much anymore. I have definitely done it in the past, though.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not necessarily something I live, because I don't do it anymore, but I'm still, you know, I can still get out there. It's like sometimes when we do in practice, and we might have I try to run a 5-on-5 scrimmage game or something, so if we're like missing one person, I'll lace up my sneaks and I'll go out there and I'll play with the kids.
Look at you. Let
just
me
to
find.
them know.
Look, invite me to a game, but I'll be like, Lano Owens, what you want me to do? What you want me to call you out here? That is too funny.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So when it comes to these kids, one thing I know that with you growing, and right now you are not just right now, but period, you're booming. I see you're working with different artists. You're traveling. Of course, we already talked about the national anthem. So at this moment, I see you're in the studio a lot with Ace Hood. Like, with that experience, I could tell he's really growing on you. You guys are probably teaching each other a lot. You know, what is that like to be around somebody like that with so much, like you said, power, and to just be learning and to be growing and prosperous? Like, how are you soaking that in?
It's crazy because Ace is a free spirit type of guy, and he has, you know, I call the thing that I'm going through right now like a life hack. That's my word that I use. Just because I'm figuring out.
Before you go too far, explain life hack, because I see you talk about that a lot, like yoga, life hack.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So give us just a little bit of what life hacking is for you.
For me, it's basically, I'm sure everybody has their own version of it, but for me, it's basically, when you're ready to change your life, it's figuring out the things that you need to do in order to change your life. For example, I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning now, going to the gym at 5.
Whew.
Everybody in the world is not doing that.
You right.
A small percentage of people are doing that. A lot of them are millionaires, some of them are billionaires. But a life hack is figuring out something that everybody is not doing and doing it. And once you start doing these things, such as yoga, such as waking up at 4 o'clock, 4:30, going to the gym at 5, making it a daily routine. I'm drinking 32 ounces of water a day now. I'm watching what I eat. I'm eating healthier. Once you start taking care of yourself and figuring out these different life hacks, and they don't come all at once, they come one at a time. Blessings start coming your way that you didn't even ask for.
Right.
But you have to understand that it's a life hack, because it's like a secret or a cheat code almost, because everybody don't know about it. You see the rappers out here, let's go to the studio, let's drink alcohol, let's pop pills, let's smoke weed, let's buy all these designer clothes with all this money that we have, and that's not how God intended for us to live.
That's right.
So I call it life hacks, because it's like you're doing everything. It's like you're doing the things that you don't necessarily want to do. You want that better life, but you can't continue to do the same things. You got to do something different. And I just call them life hacks just because I've just been figuring out ways around, you know. Everybody has dreams and aspirations and goals and things that they want to do, but you can't continue to live the same lifestyle and achieve those things.
Right.
So I call those things that you start taking on, I call those life hacks.
So yeah, my thing, just to like piggyback off of what Lano is saying, you guys, I feel like what blessed you then could be a burden to you now. You know what I mean? Certain things, as you continue to grow and become a better you have to let go. You really and truly have to let go. And I think what gets us most is when we get something, we get comfortable. We get happy with it. We know it, you know. It's no longer challenging us. And that's what people are afraid of. They're afraid of the challenge. For myself, you know, I'm working out. I'm eating healthier. I drink 80 ounces of water a day due to my body weight. You know what I mean? But I find myself sometimes being so discouraged because I just be wanting to go get some french fries. French fries is my life. Okay? Chick-fil-A fries, large barbecue sauce, 2 barbecue sauces. Don't forget my barbecue sauce, because I'm going to pull up, put my little hazards on, hop out and be like, where my barbecue sauce at? You know what I mean?
Right.
But I've stepped back from that because I look at myself and I say, hey, if you shed yourself of the things that you once were, you can bring out your purest form. What are you scared of? You know, what are you afraid of? But there's not too much about me. But for you, you said something about designer clothes and dreams, which brings me to my topic. You have a clothing line.
I do have a clothing line. Yes.
And it is called Dream.
It is.
And I want to know something, Lano. When I think about dream, I think about going to sleep, you know. And this could be spiritual. This don't mean just in my bed, but, you know, stepping out of myself, going to sleep, sleeping on reality for a second.
Right.
And really tapping into my inner me to ask me, like, what do you want? This is your world. You can give yourself hell or heaven on this world right now. But what are your dreams? So for the audience that's watching us, I would love for you to explain Dream, the hoodies. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to order my hoodie. Okay? I'm going to have on that Dream hoodie. And I just need you to, like, elaborate on that because you're so deep. And I just want to know, like, the name, the meaning, and what you're doing with it. Because I see you do hoodies, but I do have an understanding that you're going to expand that from just hoodies and shirts to going to a full clothing line.
Correct.
So tell me more.
For me, dream, it means that, first of all, it's something that everyone has. Whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are working corporate, whether you doing white collar or blue collar work. Everybody has a dream. It doesn't matter what it is, whether you want to get that position or you working your way up to be manager or you eventually want to be CEO. If you're starting your own company, I don't care whether you print clothes. I don't care whether you work for the garbage company and you have something bigger that you want to do. Everybody has a dream inside of them. And I wanted to create something that everybody had. When you become an entrepreneur, you want to establish a business that everybody need. So I kind of wanted to take like a personal experience from everyone and kind of just create something that people could kind of just come to, you know.
Right.
So that's why I named it Dream, because I had a dream. And when I had a dream, I started working on my dreams.
Come on, brother.
And when I started working on my dreams, things started to come into fruition. And I mean, everything just it just went from there. But it all started from a dream. And I just want to inspire people. I want to motivate people, you know, that like shit is possible.
Most definitely.
You know? And I think a lot of people they're not motivated, or they can, you know, beat themselves up or too hard on themselves sometime. And it's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Just make sure you remain focused and remain, you know, just keep your vision on what's really important. I've told myself this year, like, if it's not important, I'm not thinking twice about it at all. But it all, like, just to go back to your question, yeah, it all started from a dream. You know, whatever's happening in my life right now, whatever I'm doing good at, national anthems, whatever type of successes, it all started from a dream. Right. And that's why I named my clothing line Dream Clothing Line.
Most definitely. For my audience, you know, I just want to let y'all know about motivation. And I talked about this in one of my live videos. Motivation dies. It's dead. You could put it in the grave, bury it, put the flowers on it, but inspiration lives. You could say, as a coach, let's go out here, let's get it, we're going to win this game, lace up your shoes, let's get, you know, put the ball in your hand, and as soon as one person get bumped down, that motivation is like, oh, we losing, we suck, we this, we that. But you put that child back in a place of inspiration. You remember you said you want to be like LeBron one day? Remember you want him to sign your sneakers one day? Remember you want to come to one of my national anthems and just, you know, play practice ball with the guys? Be inspired. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people it's cool to have motivation, but be inspired. And that inspiration comes from your dream. That inspiration comes from your happiness. It comes from within. Inspiration is something where you could be at your lowest, but you think about it and it just automatically fuels you.
Right.
So I'm definitely picky, and I'm a very literal person like now. I'm definitely picky with my words because I try to tell, they be like, dang, I was just motivated, I was hyping. Because you don't have no inspiration. What you doing is temporary to you, just like the motivation you had. So what's real?
Right.
What's your purpose?
Right.
You know, so Yeah, okay.
I see you.
You know, I'm just trying to, you know, love on my sisters and brothers, and you know, every day, even with me working in corporate, every day is a learning lesson. You know, I started off as a janitor. I was a janitor. I used to clean the buildings for the corporate company I worked for. And the only reason why I'm not saying her name is because I still work for the company to protect the company's name. But I was a janitor. And going in, I used to pray over the building. Like, I would sometimes be there at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd be like, okay, God, I'm cleaning this building for a reason. Don't know what the reason is, but whatever. This lady, every night, she would be there till like 8 o'clock. And I'm like, lady, you been here since the sun been up and the sun is down. Why are you here? And she's like, Denisha, I'm going home. And I'll walk her out. And one day I told her, like, it was in my spirit. Like, no, it was like, it's time to go. I said, I packed my stuff. I said, I'm not coming back. I told her, she was like, well, you should apply here. You're such a great spirited person. I don't have a degree in this stuff. My degree is in medical. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, And then it got to the point where bills needed to be paid. I needed a whole new car. You know, baby needs some new shoes. You know the song.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, let me give it a try. I put in the application. They called me that same day. They interviewed me that week, and I was hired within 2 weeks. Okay, from that moment on, I've only been with the company 2 years. I went from customer service to the next level to the next level. And people been like, what? You only been here for this amount of time and you've done this? Because, like they say, it's all about who you know, but it's all about who you are. You know what I'm saying? If you are that boss, if you are that CEO, you know, if you are that person with leadership and destiny and more, not inspiration and love for what you do, you're going to be that. Regardless if you're the janitor or the CEO. So just imagine cleaning poopy toilets to now, you know, having your own office with your name on it and stuff like that. It's a big step, but also it's not the final step.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just get inspired by that every day.
And
I've learned so much, and I meet so many different people, and it's like power in your testimony. It's always good to tell people about your journey, where you've been, where you're going, because everybody got a story to tell. Yep. Every single body. Yep. So it just amazes me, and I'm just grateful that you're even sharing with me your story and the things that you've been through, overcame, and you're still doing. Lano.
What's up?
So, I know you like to sing at games and stuff like that, but are you good at playing games?
I would say I'm pretty good. I'm pretty decent at game playing. It depends on what type of game it is.
Okay, so let's clear it up. You be playing games with the lady, or you be like playing games?
I don't be playing games with the ladies. I try to keep it straightforward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you guys, we're gonna play a little game. We got to get to know Mr. Lano dreams and nightmares.
Okay.
You like that? I'm just trying to see how you feeling, Lano. You like that? Okay. I like that a lot. So, we're just gonna do a little example. Let's see here. So, it's dreams versus nightmares. Any question that I ask, your reaction is based off turning the cloud. By the way, y'all, shout out to my kindergarten memories. You know, I cut the cardboard and I put a lot of time into this little thing. You know,
it's dope. I appreciate this.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. You know,
I can take this with me, right?
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna sign my name on it and put today's date. So if you ever feeling some type of way, you can just like put the dream on your pillow and be like, you know what? I'm gonna dream of her.
On my pillow though?
On your pillow. Okay. Right. It looks soft. It's like a cloud. You know,
I got you. I'm gonna remember that.
As long as you got me.
I got you.
Because I got you. All right.
But.
So, let's get to these questions. Let's start it off kind of slow. Being successful.
Being successful would definitely be a dream.
Okay. Having kids.
That's a dream. I think that's the American dream.
Okay. Not getting married.
I think that would be a nightmare.
Okay. Having a threesome. Oh, so you want to share? Okay, I get it.
I'm single, so
sharing is
caring.
I
don't mind sharing.
Ladies, y'all heard that. He's single. That's confirmation, you know, so y'all feeling lucky.
Is it a dream if you had one already?
I think that's reality. We don't have that option.
All right,
we ain't got that option just
yet.
yet.
So if I have multiple, that's cool.
Okay, so you seem a little petty. Elaborate. How was it for you?
You said how
liked
was it?
You liked it?
It was cool. I only had a couple on. It was
A couple.
Cool,
That's like 2.
like 3.
Like 3. So it's more than a couple. That's company. 3 is company.
I only had like 3 on. I mean, I
Okay.
think that's every man's dream, though, for real, to have a threesome. I speak for all the men in America when I say, I think that's every man's dream to have a threesome.
I'm scared to do something like that. Like, me and my girlfriends, we chit-chat about that, and they be like, oh, I had one, and I be like, well, I ain't had one. I watch them on the little sites, and I be like, she lit, she busted, busted. And I'm like, all right, sister, you bold.
No.
So, like, how do y'all just, like, walk up like they be on the, like, sites? Y'all just walk up and be like, yeah, 3 of us.
No, it's like that's kind of like more of a planned thing. Whoever you talking to at the time, that's a conversation that y'all have. Are you willing to be open enough to share your man? Or is your man willing? Well, of course the guy's open enough to another chick, but that's a conversation thing, and that's something that's kind of planned. And y'all go through and y'all pick somebody who y'all are mutually attracted to, and y'all reach out. Hopefully you get the response that you want, and then y'all pick a time, date, liquor involved, and candles and music and all that.
Oh, so you do so you romantic
Oh,
threesome.
I'm the true definition of an R&B dude.
Oh wow, so you use the lavender oil, the Kenta oil, you oil it down and all that.
I mean, I might not use lavender. I might not lavender oil.
Little baby oil?
Maybe a little baby oil.
That is too funny. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, so a threesome. So waking up with a face tattoo.
That would have to be a nightmare of mine. I'm not interested. I actually don't have any tattoos at all.
You don't have no? Oh man, I have 18. I'm in love.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like when I got my first ink, it was like, I don't like it. But then I went back and then I got more into it, and then next thing you know, my mom was like, girl, stop getting all them tattoos. And I'm like, honey, this is my creativity. I'm gonna express this body. So when he see me in the light with the candle, he gonna be like, line up.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ow! All right, so let's get back to the questions. Having your heart broken.
Definitely a nightmare. And I've definitely had my heart broken before.
Indie label. You want to be an indie label rapper, or would that be a dream or a nightmare?
I think indie would probably be a dream for sure.
How about leak sex tape?
That's hard. Cause I wouldn't mind if I had a sex tape that got leaked, so I wouldn't call it a nightmare. I mean, I don't think it's anybody's dream to have their sex tape leaked either. So, I don't know. I wouldn't classify it as either.
Okay.
It's not something that if it happened, I wouldn't be mad it happened, but I wouldn't go crazy over it.
So if a woman said, let's set up a camera in front of the bed while we do what we do, you'll be down for it?
Yeah, I'm down.
I know.
You gotta be open-minded. If you're not open-minded, like, come on, man. You have to be open-minded.
Ladies, he out here making dreams come true. The hell you talking about? Ain't no nightmares, bitch. We over here dreaming. Hell is you saying? Okay. So, let's go to this. Pop-up of an unknown kid.
That would probably be a nightmare, especially where I'm at in my career right now. Not that the kid would be a nightmare, just knowing what I'm about to go through, it would probably be considered a headache for me.
How would you deal with that? Because a lot of women come out like that. You see a lot of, I'm not going to speak on her name, but I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about. They just come out with random babies, and they really belong to the dudes. Like, how would you handle that? Would that be a private matter? Would you try to work on maybe possibly having a family with this person? Or would it be a court system thing? Like, how would you personally try to handle stuff like that?
I would definitely keep it private first until I've, making sure the baby is mine. Depending on who the girl is, or that would just depend on if I feel that she's, if I feel like she would be a good mother and a good wife to work on that type of relationship with her. That would definitely depend. I mean, as you know, I feel like a lot of artists in the game, a lot of people have kids, a lot of people have children.
Right.
And it just like, it's a case by case basis, just based on how they want to take care of the situation. So, I mean, that's just a case by case thing. I will work it out, you know, however I see fit at the moment. But I wouldn't let people know until I was ready to let the world know.
Right. Because you already know the world is going to assume anyway.
Correct.
They're going to have their own
Correct.
feelings, say so about it. So that's pretty cool. You want to have a matter like that private, because some people don't know how to really keep stuff private.
Right.
So speaking of that, I have a question. And you know, she popping and everybody talk about her. What would you do if Blac Chyna was your baby mama?
That would be a tough one. You know what's crazy is that I actually thought about a woman like Blac Chyna being with a woman like Blac Chyna.
Right.
Because I mean, she's so out in the public eye right now, and what I don't like, what I have graduated from. Not to say that there's anything wrong with these type of people.
Right.
I've graduated from the ghetto, ratchet. Yeah, I've graduated from that. And I see that in her. Not only do I see it in her, I see it in her mother. Because her mother's in the public eye also.
That's important.
It's
Parents.
very important. That's very important. And that's a headache. It's something I wouldn't be interested in dealing with at all.
Because to me, I mean, you know, when I look at her, it's like, who am I as a woman to judge her? You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like her kids, you don't see them in a bad eye. You see her daughter walking, moving with her age, her son still being taken care of, them still being in a positive light. You know, she's living her life. Regardless of how she's living it or how she's doing it, that's her story to tell.
Right.
You know, so I don't too much go into that because, you know, some people didn't know about me. I used to do private dancing. They're like, well, you used to dance, honey. Don't let these hips and this butt fool you, child, okay? I got my money until my mama threw my ass down some steps. She like, bitch, shake another motherfucking tail feather. I was like, oh, shit, I don't want to die. So that was it. That was the end for me. But, you know, at that time, you know, my mom was going through things and I had a son and I wanted money. You know, we walked every day, 45 minutes to get to the closest bus. And I'm just like, I cannot keep doing this. What's the motive? And out there dancing one night, my sister came with me and she seen me dancing. She was like, you know, I didn't know you know how to roll and tuck, you know, that whatever. But she was like, you know, I don't feel like this is for you. You know, we threw the money on the bed, we counted in, and she was like, no more. And I was like, no more. And we left it at that. But also that experience, that night, one of the girls, that was just, listen, let me tell you something. I'm not scared too much of anything. But when I see females pulling out knives and tasers and razors, I be like, okay.
It's too much.
Yeah,
Time to go.
It's too much. We're just out here trying to shake that ass for $1. Why we gotta be out here trying to kill each other?
Right.
That's too much. I was like, no, this the cut. Right. It's over with. So, yeah, that's a little fun fact about me, Lano. You know, my name used to be Rainbow, full of colors, scared, gold at the end of it. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, so let's see here. My last question is choosing between a showcase or a basketball game as a coach. So say one of your most important showcases came up and the most important basketball came up. Would that be a dream or a nightmare for you?
That would be a dream. It would be a dream because that means that it means I'm working. It means I have, you know, two things came up at one time, which means that I was thought of in both occasions, which means that I'm doing something right. And I have work on my plate, which is always a good thing.
I did not expect you to say dream. I thought that was honestly going to be a nightmare for you because it's deciding between two great parts of your life. But for you to put it like that, that just shows how your mind is. You know what I'm saying? Right. That it could have been taken as a negative. It could have been taken and be like, oh man. But you made it a positive, and that's dope.
You always have to look at the positive side of things. That's how I've been able to change my life around.
Right. See, that's beautiful. When you have a mind like that, and you know, as a woman, myself personally, I love a man, and excuse my language, Lano, that can fuck me intellectually. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women are like that. It's not just let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. You want me to sing to you?
Go ahead and sing it one time.
All right. You know what's my favorite song? It's by Marvin Gaye. It's called Too Late. And it goes like, let me get the song in my head. You know, I got a little drunk in me. So I might remix it and make it a rap song. Ain't no telling with me. But it'd be like, it's too late for you and me. It's too late for you and I. Much too late for you to cry. Oh, baby. That's my shit, okay? Oh, it's much too late. I be like, see my, oh, God knows we tried. God knows which. That's like being in your auntie house, and when you walk, the floor is squeak, but she got the lights dim, and they cooking in the backyard, and they smoking, playing cards. That's like that feel for me.
Right.
Music does something to my soul. It takes me to a place that I'm not even in. I could put myself in a whole nother mental space. So I love that. Are you thinking about doing some like classical music, like remixing some stuff like that?
You know what's crazy is that I went to school. I went to Virginia State University, and I was a music major, and that's what I learned there. I learned about music history. I was an opera singer in school.
You sing opera?
Yeah, I sang opera. I was in a choir. I was the chaplain.
Oh my goodness.
I sang bass. I sang tenor. I went to school for that. What a lot of people don't know. So this stuff that I'm doing now, I'm writing for these artists and stuff. You know, this is what's paying the bills. But I know way more than people will ever. You know, it's hip hop now and R&B now, and they want to hear what's trendy and what's popping, and they don't want to take it back to the grassroots of where it actually came from. But I know all of that stuff. I know how to read music. I was taught to. I don't know how to play. Like, I'm not a John Legend piano player, but they told me how to play the piano in school. Sight singing and ear training, choir, director, one-on-one voice classes. Like, I know how to do all of that stuff. All of that, everything.
That how to be with them hands.
All the stuff that people not interested in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So, you know, to top it off, I like to talk about the struggles last. You know, nobody really want to talk about the struggles. Everybody want to talk about success. Everybody want to talk about fame and all this stuff. Run it to me. Like, give it to me from dirt to now. I want to know your struggles.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I definitely had struggles, because everybody does. I didn't have too many struggles though. And to be completely honest, everybody has been broke before.
Right.
But I guess to my advantage, my mother has been an entrepreneur for about 10 years now. She owns her own company called World Class Marketing. It's called World Class Solutions now.
Okay.
But she's been doing that for the past 10 years. And if I ever needed anything, I never wanted for much or nothing. But if I ever needed anything financially, my mother was always there to have my back. Now, there have been times where, you know, when I moved out of the house or when I was in college, you know, that I didn't have food. And I said it in one of my songs. It's called Dear Dad, that I did probably about 6 or 7 years ago. I was talking about my pops and how I was in college one time, and I really, like, I know people say that they've been broke before, and people say that but I've really literally had $0 in my account. And I was hungry, and I called my pops for food, and he's just like, his whole thing was just, I don't got it. Every time I asked him, I don't got it. Every time I see him, he got a new truck. Or his daughters, which were my sisters on his side, they got, you know, they straight. You know, his wife was straight. But every time I call him and ask him for something, it's just like, I ain't got it. And I remember calling him one time. I was sitting in front of the store at Wawa. We got Wawa in Virginia, and I wanted to go in there and grab me a sub. I ain't had no food. I called my pops, see if he could send me some money. He was just like, I ain't got it. And I was like, you know, I ended up taking that whole experience from my pops and putting it into a song. But it's definitely been times like for real, when I had $0 and I couldn't buy nothing to eat, you know, and maybe I had to ask a friend or whatever the case may be. It's a lot of times when my mother didn't know I didn't have food to eat. And because she was in a position that she was in, because she wasn't always rich, you know, right. I didn't tell her about certain shit because I didn't want to worry my mother, because I have Annalicia, Sharonda, and Aaliyah that my mother had to take care of, you know. So me kind of being a man or trying to take on that responsibility anyway, like I let my mother worry about Annalicia, Sharonda, and Aaliyah, you know, and I'll figure it out, because right. I don't want you to worry about me too. But it's definitely been some times where I haven't had anything. And, you know, I mean, I feel like that's everybody's story. Everybody has something to tell. But, yeah, definitely had some struggles.
I just want to sing to you. That just touched me right now, like right here.
Right in your heart.
Be like, the way you help me, kiss me slowly. It's the, come on, hear me out. Sweetest thing. You know how many times I watched that video a day of you?
Oh, when I did the multi-video of me and a girl? Or I did not know that.
I love to hear you sing that. That is so beautiful.
Thank you.
It's so touching and personal
That's
and
what's
friendly.
Up. That's what's up. So when I got that notification on Instagram and said your video has been looked at 3,500 times, that was probably
all me, Drake.
Cool.
That's all me.
Okay.
You know, I take responsibility. I ain't shy about none of that. I be like, I'm your #1 hacker for this one video. I don't care.
That is cool. That's what it's there for. I definitely appreciate it for sure.
Man.
For sure.
I'm excited to see where you go. We're gonna look back on this one day and see here all the different things that we're talking about, even from pop-up kids to not being married. Some of these things are going to come your way one day.
Definitely.
And because you've already talked about it and it's in the universe and things like that, you're going to know how to handle it and you're going to do great. And I'm so grateful that you took the time out to be here with me. You know, time we could never get back, neither one of us. And I love you for that, and I thank you. And I just wish you so much prosperity.
Thank you.
And if you can, just give them your Instagram name and how they can follow you on Snapchat, and even how they can, you know, buy your clothing line items that you have. And then I'm going to end it with a quote. And, you know, if you want to go dance with me in this club, you can meet me at the club.
Before we do all of that, I want to challenge you before I leave, right? I want you to, I'm going to tell you the things that I've been doing that's been changing my life.
Okay.
And I want you to attempt.
Okay.
A couple of things. I told you that I'm a part of this company called Orange Theory. I was doing CrossFit at first.
Right. I have one in Midtown, the Orange Theory.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm doing Orange Theory. Orange Theory is cool. It's cool. It's different. They work on different parts. They work on different aspects. Orange Theory is more core, and CrossFit is more like weight training. So I just switched just to kind of see which one I would like more. Now I'm doing Orange Theory, so I wake up Monday through Friday. I wake up at 4:30. All right, it's right down the street from my crib. It takes me maybe 10, 15 minutes to get there. Mm-hmm. But one thing, if you want your life to change, if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be a billionaire, if you want to acquire all of these things in life, you have to start changing your life. The one thing that we don't like to do as African American men and women is wake up early. Especially if it's cold outside. We don't like to get up early. We don't like to get out of bed.
That's photo season.
So let's start. Now this is just for me. This is what I've been doing. I wake up at 4:30 and I go to Orange Theory at 5.
Right.
The part that is crazy is that once you start understanding how your mind works, and once you start waking up in the morning early and exercising, you throw your mind off, which leaves you room to tap into it. And you can take control of it. Once you learn how to take control over your mind, your life is going to change completely. I'm going to tell you a story. I was on a cruise. I went on a Carnival cruise, and they have, in the casino, they have this big box. It's like a machine you put dollars in, and they have like money stacks of money into it, but it's a game. So it's like a little key, and you got to get the key through the hole. Once you push the key through the hole, the money falls.
Right.
So I swear I was playing that game for all of an hour and a half, just dollar. At the very top is $10,000 cash. All of this money is cash. 10,000, 5,000, 3,000, 100, 500, whatever. I played the game for about an hour and a half. I won nothing. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to sleep. Went home, went to the room, went to sleep. I woke up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to go use the restroom. I was like, you know what? Let me go try this shit one more time. At this point, everybody's asleep. The casino is still open to where, not the people's, like you can't play poker and stuff, but
Right.
the machine is still there to where you can put your dollar in. I took $1 with me when I left my room. It's 3:30 in the morning, and I put it in the machine. Keep in mind what I told you about waking up early and how your brain functions differently. I put $1 in that machine, and I was like, I'm just gonna play it one time. And I did a little thing. I hit the button. The money came out, hit the ground. I took my money. I went back to my room. And at that point is when I noticed that when you start to do shit in the morning, when your brain is not ready to do shit, you can tap into your mind, and you can change your fucking life that way.
I'm gonna give you an example. And I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, it's a side of me people don't know. And the reason why I protect that side is because until I fully know what that side is, I want to keep it protected. I want to make sure I coat my baby. It's like a baby to me. I have this thing where I'm riding, my mind is elsewhere. I can get to wherever I'm going simply just by riding, mentally, spiritually. And the other day I was riding, and I looked in my rearview mirror, and I said, this lady is finna, my spirit told me this lady is finna hit you. Mind you, I'm tired. I got up that morning early. I want to say I woke up at 4 something, but I went back to sleep, and I naturally woke back up at 5 something. So I was like, okay, whatever. Get up, get ready for your day. I'm tired now. My body is telling me I'm tired. But I look in my rearview mirror, and I see this lady behind me, and I'm like, she finna hit me. I stop, hit my brakes, get ready to go. A car speeds by. I hit my brakes. This lady hits me. Now, I'm not going to play no games with you. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it has happened to me on many different times. So what you're saying is completely true. I also feel like with us, what we don't like to do is give the universe back what we try to put on ourselves. A lot of times we try to take on battles and different things that we have simply no control over. And we're not fighting with people. We're fighting with spirits. We're fighting with the universe. And I feel like the best thing we can do, whether it's good or bad, is let go. And let things naturally happen. So when you're saying that, I can completely relate to that. And I will accept your challenge. Brother, I ain't going to tell you I'm going to do it every day. But what I will do, and this goes for my team and myself, we'll get up at 5 o'clock as a team. Because the people that I have behind me are also the people that I have in front of me. They cover me from top to bottom, left and right. And I'm grateful for the Her Impression team. And I'm going to challenge us to do that. All of us are already on a health journey where we're working out, we're eating different, we're encouraging each other. Even when trying things come our way, they're like, we talk, like my girlfriend said, bitch, don't do that. You tripping. That can set you back. So we accept your challenge. We definitely accept the dream challenge. That's what I'm going to call it. And like I said, brother, it might not be every day, but we'll get it in there 2-3 times out the day. And I'm definitely going to give you feedback on that. Because I appreciate you enlightening us and sharing that with us. Because a lot of kings and queens, amongst kings and queens, won't even tell the secret.
Right.
Or the recipe.
Right.
So
Yeah.
We're grateful. We're definitely grateful.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear
So,
that. Glad to hear that.
I want you to tell everybody your social media stuff.
Everything is Lano The Don. Instagram.com/Lano The Don. Facebook.com/Lano The Don. Twitter, Snapchat, everything is Lano The Don. YouTube page, Lano The Don. Everything is LANOTHEDON.
And to finish it off, I'm going to leave it with this quote. When I was looking it up, I thought about you and everything that you're doing. So, I hope it goes with you, and wherever you go in the universe, it finds you and give you peace of mind. A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, hard work, and humiliation. And today, I can say I have successfully met Lano The Don, the dream maker, the reality grabber, nightmare slash dip it in the mud, handle that, the done, okay? You guys, this has been Her Impression Expression, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day.